crazy. Let's talk about the single. It's called
Sure.
Stay. Very simple title.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of meaning behind it.
Very deep meaning. We wrote it for a friend's wedding, and then it turned into something so much more because it's such a painstaking, needing, wanting song, and it turned into a yearning and the ups and downs of the music business in your life, and it's just pleading for whatever that is that you're wanting to stay.
And you actually wrote this years ago. This is
It
not
was
even
probably
recent. It was
5 years, I think, 4 or 5 years ago.
You wrote it with one of my favorite people, Fred.
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 I love Fred.
I do
wrote-
too.
Wrote with Fred a lot.
So yes, Fred Willem came off of Lindsay L's Criminal.
That's
You
right.
don't know. So there you go. So now it's out. What made you decide to put it out now?
It was the most raw, real song I think we've ever written. And the recording was just so honest. It just felt right. It kind of just told us that it should be the single.
So you wrote it for your friend's wedding, but then you mentioned music business and the ups and downs of the music business. And who knows better than you do, because you moved here
8 years ago.
8 years ago. And it's funny because we always say that, oh, it's like a whirlwind of plans, but like literally.
You gotta put in the work.
Literally. Well, and you moved here from Alabama
Yes.
after the tornado hit
So
at
I was,
college, right?
Yeah, I was in Tuscaloosa at the University of Alabama, and the tornado came by and almost demolished our house, but the neighborhood behind us was completely gone, and that was kind of the come to Jesus realization moment. I know exactly what I'm on earth to do, and I need to move to Nashville and do it.
Had you been here before, since you are from Tennessee? Had you kind of been back and forth, or?
So I was driving back and forth from Tuscaloosa every week. I met a guy named Keith Stegall here and Luke Sheets, who wrote Stay With Me, and I would drive up every Sunday, stay at my godparents' house, write on Monday, drive back to Tuscaloosa, go to school Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, play gigs Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and start over for about a year and a half, 2 years. And then the tornado was the time to go.
moment. That's grueling.
Yeah, but I knew I wanted to be here. I knew exactly what I was supposed to do, so I was going to do whatever it took to make it happen.
Yeah, and you were one of those cases where you landed a deal and you released a single and then it didn't work. And I don't think that people understand that happens more often than you think. Like I tell people all the time, all of these artists that are big to you and that just came out, I promise in our circles, we've all known each other 5, 6, 7 years. It's a 10-year town for a
It's
reason.
a little big town.
It's a little big town. That's a good way of putting it. What is that like to kind of be up here, go down here, and just go through the emotional roller coaster of the music business?
It helps you write a better song. I mean,
Yeah.
having the ups and downs, it's a good thing because you learn who you are through all those hardships, for sure.
Yeah. And, I mean, musical influences for you?
Well, how long do we have?
I mean, we could sit here all day. You just...
I just got off the road with John Fogerty and ZZ Top, who were massive influences for me. Also, we played Hyde Park on the same bill as Eric Clapton. Clapton was the very first show I ever went to, and that was the...
Were you like this the whole time? I'm just like...
It was unreal. It was unreal.
How is that different? Okay, I'm curious because obviously I'm always around country artists. To be on the road with Clapton and ZZ Top and Fogerty, how is the energy when it's a rock artist and a rock artist of that nature? Like, what is that like?
It's pretty awesome. It's a lot different than country, but a lot of ways it's the same. I mean, these guys are super nice. I mean, they're pros. They know exactly what they're doing, and they have their shows down pat. Fogerty has one of the most put together shows I've ever seen. It's perfection at its finest. And ZZ too. I mean,
Yeah.
the rock and roll stuff, them going together and pointing at the crowd, they have it down. It's
I can't
awesome.
imagine. That's amazing for you. And that's something that sets you apart, I think, from a lot of artists. Do you tend to define your music as straight country or is it because you have so many influences and you toured with different people, you just pick up whatever is in your gut at the time. And
I think it's a melting pot of stuff, and I feel like country is genreless at this point. I mean, there's so many different varieties of what people call country. It shouldn't be, oh, that's not country. It's, oh, that's good music. I'll listen to it. That's all that really should matter.
what is one of your most memorable performances you've ever given?
I got to go on tour with Zach Brown, and we played at the Gorge. And my brother and I have always wanted to play at the Gorge because we listened to Dave Matthews live at the Gorge when we were growing up. And he got to come to the Gorge and play harmonica with me on stage in front of however many that place holds, opening for Zach Brown. It was a dream moment for both of us.
That's incredible. What else I love about you, what I love about country artists in general and Nashville in general, is that we are a community of giving back. And I mean, 90% of the especially the free concerts that we do out on the street is for some kind of charity,
Yeah.
some kind of benefit. You have a charity.
Yes, it's called Kindred Kids, and it started around the tornado. So, well, further back, my manager Nick used to book shows, and he had an artist come in and on their rider. For people that don't know what a rider is, it's water, towels, or food and stuff that people need at a venue when we're traveling around. And he would ask for a toy on the rider, and his aim was to play with the toy before the show to pass the time. And we had a more
Like a stress relief?
I guess maybe he was bored, but we had a more giving idea in mind. So we'd gather $15 toward every venue and show that we play, and take it to a less fortunate community or community that was affected by a natural disaster around Christmas.
I love it.
Thank you.
I think that's awesome.
Kindred Kids. It's very
Kindred
redundant
Kids.
if you.
I am actually going to let you play a song now.
Let's do it.
I'm not going to. I found an instrument, but he wouldn't let me do it. They said no. They turned me down. So I'm going to let your,
This is April?
Miss April come over here. I'm gonna pass off the sticks now.